Hello. Okay, today we are going to make a painting of you. But first let's review our art. Do you remember what this word is when you can draw a line down the middle and it's the same on both sides? Do you remember you made a painting like this? We call it trees reflected on the water. Yeah. And so this line that means you can draw a line down the middle is symmetry. Say it with me 2 times. Symmetry. Symmetry, good. And you can see on this line there's a line of symmetry here. It's the same top and bottom, and a line of symmetry here. It's the same side to side. You could probably also draw lines on the angles. The only thing that's different is right there in the middle, that bird is not symmetrical, but everything else is. Okay, then this picture, this guy is named Grant Wood, and he painted this picture called American Gothic because of the Gothic arch. Yeah. And he was a regionalist. He thought you should stay close to your home and paint what you know. Yeah. And this is a painting of the house with that window and some people that might have lived there. Remember painting your house? Okay. This is kinetic art. It means that it needs movement. So this is a mobile, and it moves as the air moves. And then this is spin art. Do you remember we made spin art? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now there was a guy named Leonardo da Vinci. Here's his picture right here. That's Leonardo da Vinci. And he painted this really famous painting called the Mona Lisa. That's right. And he used the ideal dimensions. Remember, he did a lot of measuring of bodies and faces, and he said the more you know, the better you can paint. That's right. One of the things, do you remember, we measured our face, and we learned that if you measure top to bottom, our eyes are right in the middle, right? Like here's my head and here's my chin, and my eyes are right in the middle of the top of my head and the bottom of my chin. And so are yours, right in the middle. We need to know that for our painting today. So he painted, this was him making some measurements, and this is the Mona Lisa, and this was a painting he made of himself. Self-portrait is what we call it. And these are some people who did some really famous self-portraits. This is one of the oldest self-portraits. This guy, his name is Albrecht Dürer. I think that's how you pronounce it. But he painted himself of quite a few different times. I guess people didn't used to paint themselves until they could see their reflection in a mirror. Maybe in the lake you could see it sort of, but then they invented mirrors and people could see themselves. And this was a famous woman who painted herself. And then this is one of my favorite self-portraits. It's called triple self-portrait because, so this is, okay, now I lost his name. It's going to come to me in a second. Norman Rockwell. He painted a picture of himself. See, right here? This is him looking in the mirror. So he painted the back of himself, looking at the front of himself in the mirror, and then here's him, the painting that he made of himself. So I think it's so clever. He calls it triple self-portrait, but if you look, he painted himself 1, 2, 3, but then right in here, can you see it? It's tiny. He painted it, he drew himself there too. Like 5 different drawings of his face. So really there are 5, 6, 7, 8. So he drew himself 8 times in this painting called Triple Self-Portrait. But then I think another thing is super clever about this picture is over here he did, he copied other people's self-portraits. So this is Albrecht Dürer also, that same guy. Here's another guy. This is Pablo Picasso's self-portrait, and he also copied Vincent van Gogh's self-portrait. So I just think it's such a clever version of a self-portrait. So I love that. So today we're going to make our self-portrait. And you have already, well, except for Amber and Brisbane, all of you have done this much. Amber and Brisbane, you're going to need to paint your head and neck also. So we all picked our favorite color for the background, and then you painted a big circle for your head and then the line for the neck. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to make the eyes. And remember, we measured our head. Where do the eyes go? Right in the middle. So let's see, you're going to need your paint. We're going to start with our big circle sponge and our white paint. So we're going to go in here, get our white paint on there. Make sure you have paint all over it. I was looking at it, didn't quite have it everywhere. There we go. Okay, now remember, when we push down, we're just going to be gentle with this. We don't want to push hard or it will slide. So right in the middle, about right here, I'm going to do a dot on one side. There's one eye. And I'm going to need a little bit more paint. And a dot on the other side. Okay. We're still going to need our white paint for the next time, so make sure you cap off your white paint and keep that nice for next time. All right. And then you're going to need to do your eye color. What color are your eyes? Mine are brown, so I'm going to use brown. But whatever color your eyes are, and if you don't have the exact color of your eyes, you can mix up other colors to make it the right color for your eyes. But my eyes are brown, so I'm going to get brown. We're going to use the middle-sized dot, middle-sized circle. There we go. And now that you've already got paint on there, it's going to be wet and slippery, so be really careful not to let it slide too far. You do a dot of brown in the middle of the white. Good. And a little bit more brown. Right here. There we go. Okay. And then inside the brown, we're going to do a black dot. And that will be the smallest little circle that you have. Black dot. There we go. Because mine is hanging and I used so much paint, my thing is starting to drip. Yours will be flat, so you won't have that problem. Okay, now we're going to do the nose next. The nose is a little bit tricky, and I just realized that I did not send home paint to match most of your skin. Maybe some of you will have that. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But if I didn't, then just make your own color. Remember, you'd want to keep your white clean. So I'm just going to get my clean paintbrush. Make sure that's clean. And get some white paint. I'm going to put that right here. And I'm going to take a tiny little dab of brown. Just a tiny little bit, and stir it up in there. Kind of make a really light brown. It's not the same color as my face. We want it a little bit different, but pretty close to the same color to do your nose. Now to do your nose, Mom's going to help with this. You're going to need a pencil, and she's going to draw on here. I'm going to draw it on this so it's really big. You're going to do, Mom, like a C, sort of a C, not totally curvy, and another C that's backwards, and then a little U right here. And you'll just write that really little right here. C, C, with a little U. And there's a little bit of space right there. And then that will be their guideline for them to take their little paintbrush and paint their nose. C, C, a little U. Good, and then you'll wash out this paintbrush. I don't have a sink right now, so I'm gonna get that pretty washed out. Just go off. And then we're going to use red to make our mouth. So here's red. Remember to cap off your white and save that because we're going to need it for next time. Okay, and then we're going to paint our mouth. Make sure it's a good smile. However you want to do your smile. Okay. All right. And now your hair. So if you have paint that is the color of your hair, go ahead and use it. If it's not the color of your hair, you can mix it. If your hair is a little bit yellow and a little bit brown, you can kind of mix up a color that will work. My hair is brown, so I'm just going to use straight brown. But you can mix up all the colors. The only colors that you need to save for next time are white and orange. All the other colors you can mix up. Okay, so let's see. I part my hair on this side. So I'm going to paint my hair now. I'm going to start right here, and kind of my hair is long, so I'm going to paint it nice and long. If your hair were curly, you'd kind of like do curls with your brush, but my hair's not very curly, so I'm just going to kind of do straight. And it kind of comes down. Yeah, just straight. Okay, and then my bangs, you can see I come here with my hair and then it kind of swoops across my face and down. So I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to come here and I'm going to swoop across my face and then come down. And then it kind of is round at the top. Now, if you're painting and you run out of the paint that you need, have your mom text me and we'll come by. I'll leave it out. You can come by and squeeze some into your little cup. Whatever color you need. If you don't have a color you need, you let me know. We can set it out for you. Okay, there you go. There's my self-portrait. Great, I can't wait to see yours.